I am not having a repeat of last time. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 7th year of homeschooling. We are halfway through, and I have a 6th grader and a 2nd grader. So today I wanted to come on and share with you my plans for getting back into learning. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Today's video is in partnership with the awesome folks over at Zookeeper, and I will talk about that a little bit more in depth here in a minute. But for now, if you want to jump right to that, you can either check the timestamps down below or check the description box where I do have a special offer code for you. It is 7 days free trial, as well as then continuing with 50% off of your subscription. So feel free to check that out immediately if you want to, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and jump in with today's video. So if you've been here, if you've been following my recent videos, then you are aware I have talked about this several times, and it is because it is quite possibly the worst that it has ever been. But getting back into schoolwork after the Thanksgiving break was so hard. It is maybe the most that we have ever struggled getting back from a break. And I know that if I am struggling, surely there is someone else out there who is struggling. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to identify the pain points. I wanted to go ahead and give myself a little bit of a blueprint for how to avoid this when we do come back from the Christmas season. And as always, if I'm figuring something out for myself, I come here and I share because, well, it's kind of what I do. Again, I'm not the only one who's struggling with this. I absolutely know that. So we do have to get back into it from Christmas break, but we also have followed very closely from coming back from Christmas break. We will be having a vacation. So I need to get good at getting back into the swing of things. And that means that for me, what I need to do, what gives me a little bit of peace and security is getting a plan. So what I have done is I have compiled 5 things that I think are going to be the key to success for getting back into the swing of learning. So here I am. I'm going to share with you these 5 things. Now, I do want to let you know that Zookeeper can absolutely apply to every single one of these, and I will share with you how on the backside. So give me just a minute and I will cycle back to that. But let's get into the 5 things that I know are going to help us be successful when we get back into the swing of learning. And number 1, and I know that I struggle with this, and I know that you struggle with this, is setting realistic expectations. So the very first thing that we need to do is we need to be realistic in what we are expecting to actually get done after a break. I think if you are just expecting to jump back in full force, you're going to be severely disappointed with the results that you are getting. So being aware that you have had time away, being aware that you need to take that time to readjust, allowing yourself to know that you do have to tweak your normal plan. You do have to accommodate the fact that you haven't been going full steam ahead for the last few weeks. Then setting yourself up with those realistic expectations is going to just automatically, right off the bat, let you know that you need to lower or at least move the bar, and that is okay. So give yourself realistic expectations. For me, I need to understand that this actually leads us perfectly into point number 2. And point number 2 is to not stop learning, which I know that this sounds crazy. And I say this every summer break, every break that we have. For me, the easiest thing to help me get restarted is if we don't stop. Now, I'm not saying that I don't change the plan. I absolutely change the plan. I'm not saying we don't take time away. We absolutely do. But I like to use more of a taper. And I'm going to explain to you what this means. So it's not the little nose wiggly animal. I'll insert it right here. Not that. What I am saying when I mean we do a taper is that I like to here, let's pretend this is nothing. I like to ramp up to full, but also ramp down to none. So if we are taking, for example, 3 weeks off at Christmas, that last week is a modified school schedule. So if there's anything for us that like we needed to get a little bit more in between before break, or I wanted to get to a certain spot before break, we are not doing the full kit and caboodle, everything that we normally do. I am taking out anything that doesn't need to be done and keeping only things that I have a specific goal for, or I am keeping things that are fun. Get there in a minute. And I'm kind of ramping down to doing nothing. So if I give 100% full break for the second week, it's because the week before that we kind of still did some, not none, all the way down to that. And then the week before, just like you got to get your kids prepped if you're sending them to a traditional brick and mortar, you want to start with good bedtimes, you want to start with good habits, you want to start with good, all of the things, getting them ramped back up to get into the full swing of things. And we do fun things all of the time. For me, that's the introduction of more of the fun games, apps, things we do as a family, getting back into that time structure, getting back into the habit of doing the chores. Something that we do as a family and as parents is, and this is number 3, we keep fun learning available all the time. We never take it off the table. So if my kids want to do something on screen time, we are keeping it fun and engaging. And this is going to be where I am talking about Night Zookeeper, because while they do all of the things that I am talking about here, they help you in every facet of getting back into the swing of learning. For me, the place where they really stand out, and this doesn't have anything to do with me, is that it is fun and it is engaging, and therefore my children want to do Night Zookeeper. My children will ask to do Night Zookeeper. So all of the things that I am talking about, Night Zookeeper absolutely applies to. However, they really shine and outdo themselves when it comes to being a fun and engaging learning platform. Now, your kids are working on language arts. They're working on spelling, grammar. You can assign them specific levels. If you've done this in your parent dashboard, then when your kids are getting ready to get back into the swing of things, when you are working to never stop learning over those breaks, something that is really fun and easy for them to do and for them to want to do is to go in and enjoy the Night Zookeeper platform. I can absolutely tell you way more about this. Again, I do have a discount code for you right in the description box, and I will go ahead and link it right here. If you click on that, it will take you to the special offer. But you can get 7 free days to try it out for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. Either yourself, just go shop around yourself. Go look around the website, see if you're enjoying it, see if you like the platform, or allow your kids those 7 days to play on it. And you will absolutely enjoy it just as much as my family does. They even offer a printed book series if you want to kind of continue the Night Zookeeper fun, but not be limited to strictly online play. Some of the reasons that we love Night Zookeeper is it's fun, it's engaging, there's identifiable characters that my kids can enjoy. There are characters that my kids make and then work through the game with, which is something that I absolutely love, and I know that they absolutely love. It allows them to take an ownership in the things that they're doing. They're not just a bystander, they're fully engaged. This is their character. This is the backstory that number 4 is where it cycles in here. To do a refresh when you do jump back into learning, Night Zookeeper can be the answer for you. If you have found a pain point in your language arts, we're halfway through a school year, guys. You have surely identified a place in your language arts that is lacking, where you could use a bit more practice, where maybe we just need to shake it up. We need to keep it fresh. And one way that you can absolutely do that is with the full curriculum, the fully structured curriculum available through Night Zookeeper. You can go in and set your child's levels so that you can make sure that your 2nd grader is focusing more on spelling if needed, or your 6th grader is focusing more on grammar if needed. So it is an amazing platform to help you keep it fresh, which was my number 4. In an effort to keep it fresh, some other things that you can absolutely do, something that I do, is I start pulling out those things we haven't done yet. You guys know, if you're a homeschool family like we are, you tend to amass things that look fun, things that look entertaining, and there comes a time when you actually have to pull them out and use them, and there is no better time to do that than when you are trying to get back into the swing of learning, back into the swing of things, so that you can get a little bit of a fun and fresh reset in your school, in your learning, in your homeschool, whatever educational path that you and your family have chosen, whether it be a homeschool or just helping your kids get a leg up with their traditional school model, whatever it is. These are great ways to kind of keep it fresh and keep it going. Now, my number 5 is outsource when needed. This is another way that the Night Zookeeper platform does absolutely come through, because when my kids are taking their fun and gamified creative learning, creative writing to the next level, they're given prompts, they're asked the questions, the who, what, why, where, how, to encourage them to write their own creative writing pieces. That is then passed on to someone else to give them that feedback, which, if you are a parent at all, I know that you can absolutely appreciate when someone else has your kids receive criticism. When someone else gives them that, it is received a little bit differently than if it's coming from mom. So that is something that I absolutely love. You can outsource in tons of ways. Sign up for a new class, do something fun, engage in something else. Maybe have your kids, if you're a homeschooler, go to group and read their works, their writings aloud there, or do a fun spelling bee with other kids, whatever it is. Outsource, because again, after the holidays especially, we're getting into that time, and I do have a video coming up on this, kind of the dark days of homeschool, which is that chunk between coming back from Christmas and before we have a little nice spring break before the weather changes. Those are just, burnout season. Burnout season's coming. I totally have a video coming on it. But anything that you can outsource is going to be really helpful, especially if you're picking up on that after coming back from break and when you're getting back into the swing of learning. So these are my 5 tips. As I have said, I firmly believe that Night Zookeeper checks all of these boxes because it's a fun way to keep learning. It is a great way to manage expectations because you can set things up for whatever it is you need specifically. And I mean, who doesn't want to go play a game? I mean, it's fun, it's engaging. My kids ask for it. I love that it can help you if you need to pinpoint and identify those pain points, or help, make them a little less painful, or you can use it as a full-fledged homeschool language arts curriculum. You don't have to, but you can, because it is plenty. It checks all the boxes. On their website, you can figure out where the standards apply, like which standards it is aligning to, which I think is really fun and entertaining. And then it also helps you with outsourcing, especially where writing is concerned. I think kids get a little bit more sensitive to that criticism from us. So just all ideas. Again, guys, don't forget, I do have that link and code down for you below to get 7 days of free trial or 50% off after that. So 7 free days. There's no reason not to try it. Just so that you do know, it is not app-based, it is web-based because it's so expansive and continually changing. So it will need to be operated through a browser on some sort of device, and not just like in an app store, just so you know. Guys, I hope that I have nailed down the ways to get back into the swing of learning. We will be starting up soon to get back into that after our holiday break, and that will give me an idea of how I am doing as far as coming back after our vacation. So I'm really hoping that I have figured out what that is. I've managed my expectations. I've looked for ways to refresh. I've looked for ways to outsource. I've looked for ways to keep it fun and ways to keep them learning. So really hoping that is what is happening. They've been so excited because we finally got them learning devices. We hadn't done it yet. We had, Amazon free time tablets, but we've just upgraded to iPads. So I know that they're going to be so excited to be running all of their things, and, Night Zookeeper especially, and we will see how it goes. Amelia's so excited. She's like, I can write on this. Like, all right, we're going to do it. We can do it. And I am hoping that we will continue learning even over our vacation, which We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but sending you all the good vibes, all the chill, all the reasonable expectations. I gotta be honest, the lower the bar, the more opportunity there is to surpass it. So just keep that in mind as well. Guys, I hope, as always, that you found this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you have absolutely any questions, comments, concerns at all, scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. If you want to reach out and ask me a question, feel free down in the comments over on Instagram. And if you want to know my real, true, deep down feelings on Night Zookeeper, it's amazing. So legit, 7 free days. Just give it a try. That's all I'm saying. 7 free days. Try. Give it a shot. You don't have to take my word for it, okay? Maybe I'm a big old liar, but I'm not.